My name's Terry Bubb. I am currently the program lead for the International Express Care program within Valvoline Global Products. I joined Valvoline about 5 years ago to start 2018, and I had about 10 years experience in marketing. Before that, retail marketing specifically, jumping around with a couple different companies before the opportunity with Valvoline came up. I joined Valvoline as Director of Brand Management over really their heavy-duty lubricants business on the installer channel side. Did that for 3 years. And then the opportunity opened up where Valvoline, one of the initiatives was starting to look at bringing the retail services that they're known for with Valvoline Instant Oil Change and the US Express Care program, starting to expand those to some key international markets. So I was fortunate enough to get the role and really start the program up. So we're about 2 years in right now. We've got some good momentum behind the program and we're showing some positive growth. So it's an exciting time to be part of the program, but that's essentially my background with the company. GaragePlug is playing an integral part in the Valvoline strategy. And I can probably talk more specifically about Express Care because that's more on the retail services side for us right now. Tremendous value add for the point of sale system that GaragePlug is able to really provide. Because if you think about it, our goal is really to understand our customers, and that is the workshop owner and operator. We want to understand what their goals are for their business, for their small garage. And what we're finding out is, as we talk to more and more of them, really they want to elevate the overall performance of their workshop. It's not typically one specific thing or another specific thing. They want to be able to take their workshop, that customer experience and their operations to the next level. So you need something like a point of sale system that is very robust and really can help them to achieve that. So for us, it's all about understanding what their goals are. And we see very easily the role that the point of sale system is going to have in allowing the operator to elevate, but also us support them. And that's our ultimate goal, is to become a great partner for them, to be able to talk about different aspects of their workshop and their workshop performance. So if you think about it as point of sale, very critical in just understanding the processes, what their operations are, inventory, just getting the data, which a lot of these operators really lack right now, creating this data-rich environment for them to really better understand the performance of their workshop, where their opportunities are, where their challenges are, and how to address those. So it's helping us to really put ourselves in the shoes of the operator and become that partner for them. I kind of alluded to already in my previous answer, really it's understanding the information, getting that information. It doesn't exist with a lot of workshops that we're talking to right now, because believe it or not, they will use pen and paper, they might use Excel spreadsheets, or they might use some kind of accounting software. That's what they rely on for information about their operations, their workshop. So this takes it to the next level. So as we've talked to these workshop owner operators, it's really just even understanding the baseline of how their workshop, their garage is performing, because the data doesn't exist. So because it doesn't exist for them, doesn't exist for us. The point of sale, GaragePlug's point of sale, really solves that. It's a data machine. It collects all the information, stores it, makes it easily accessible. So again, we start to become this data-rich environment, and that really allows us to do a number of different things with the workshop. The owner-operator allows them to do a number of different things as well. So it's really just pivotal in getting that fundamental understanding of what's going on in the garage. So access to data is a huge one that the point of sale is addressing for us. The other thing is we think about the brand, and we've got the Valvoline Express Care name on the workshop, on the garage. It helps the owner and operator to deliver an experience that is both consistent with our brand as well as their brand, and hitting on some of those key points, but it establishes consistency as well, which is critical, as you know, for developing the brand experience. It has to be the same across workshops, and it all really has to ladder up to the type of experience you want. So again, the point of sale really is the heart of allowing us to be able to do that. I did look at a few other potential vendors. So we were a little bit in a unique situation where we were looking for a global vendor. So like I said, a few international markets spread across the globe is where we're at right now. And it was challenging to find a vendor that currently matched our footprint. And even with GaragePlug, we found it wasn't a perfect match, but there was overlap. So we were getting off to a great starting point. The other thing is really it had to be a SaaS solution. So a couple others that we evaluated were not SaaS solutions. They were starting to move that way, but they still needed time to get there. We wanted to have the vendor have as much responsibility for the solution as possible and not rely too heavily on our internal resources with IT and other teams to be able to stand up a solution that will allow us to move relatively quickly with this initiative. So that was tremendous value the GaragePlug brought to us as we started to evaluate different alternatives. I think outside of that, really, it came down to the team in a lot of respects. The leadership team is tremendous in working with GaragePlug. I mean, leaders of the company just having 20 plus years of experience in the automotive aftermarket. So understanding that this is a solution tailor-made to the environment that we work in. In a lot of ways, as we've worked with GaragePlug, we've realized that they're bringing fresh thinking to what we're thinking about as we get into some of these markets and different ways of doing things. So it's been a great partnership from that respect. So I think the team had a lot to do with it as well. And like I said, the other part of that, even though it wasn't a great footprint match to start, the other thing we really appreciated and we were looking for in a partner is the willingness to follow us around the globe. So as we identified a key market where we wanted to spin up our service, if the solution wasn't configured already for that market, would the leadership team be willing to take that on and help make the solution available? So GaragePlug has shown tremendous from the start, from our initial conversations. They've shown tremendous commitment to doing that for us as well. So I think those are really three different things I talked about that were critical in the decision that we made and how GaragePlug is very different from some of the others we talked to. There, we get to see a lot of the information, the high level information for the workshop. We don't look at everything. We want to be a good partner to our owner operators. So there's information that is not needed for us to be able to perform our responsibilities as their partner. We don't access that. We don't look at that. Things like consumer specific information, things like that, absolutely not. But as we look at mostly the sellout, like what services do they sell? How many are they selling? What's the mix? What type of services? Those kind of things. That's the information that can really help us to be a great partner to them. So again, as we get more workshops under the umbrella of Express Care, started to get into the compare and contrast. Here's the standard. Here's where you're performing at. Maybe there's an opportunity to improve your mix, or here's how we potentially can get more cars to your workshop, or things like that. So those are really the key metrics that we look at when we access the information for any workshop that's out there. It's the top line sales and the services that they sell. The other part I think is critical is also we do look at consumer ratings, information like that, because it's just such a wealthy source of information about getting in the consumer's mind, what's going on in the workshop, what is that experience really like. So obviously we've got an invested interest in that because we've got the Valvoline name on the building, but the operator obviously has tremendous interest in that type of information because that really gets down to what's going and where those opportunities really are. And that's the key for us as we access this data-rich environment that's trying to understand where the opportunities to improve are, where we need to focus on, and then becoming that partner with the owner-operator, helping them to make time to sift through it all, make sense of it all, and then putting some of the actions in place to start to address some of that. So definitely top-line sales, mix of services, things like that. Consumer ratings is critical as well. It's been off to a tremendous start. So I think when I was talking about everything that we were looking for in a partner, GaragePlug has delivered that and then some. So they essentially have done everything that they said they would do out of the box, which has been great. I think the relationship has been great. Communication has been great. It's been frequent. It's been GaragePlug really leading that. So in a lot of ways, your team is keeping our team on task, which is what we were looking for in this case. So I think it's been off to a tremendous start. I think even beyond that is there's some of those unexpected thought partnerships So there's information that GaragePlug has, the team has, and as we've had conversations that have started about the point of sale, but then have evolved more into the business and what our objectives are, GaragePlug has demonstrated that they've brought some thought leadership to those conversations as well. So it's not just the point of sale, but as we want to understand more about the owners and operators and how they run their businesses, the GaragePlug team has actually contributed a lot to those. So they've given us a lot to think about as well. So I think it's been a great partnership. We're off and running. And like I said, I appreciate everybody keeping us on task and moving things forward, because at times teams can struggle with that when we've got a lot going on. So I'd say the relationship has been tremendous so far. Quite satisfied with it. Yeah. And there is one other point I didn't mention looking, it's the fact that they are a thought partner for us, and they approach every conversation open to suggestions, open to requests, open to new ideas, which is great. It's not just we have to shut things down because we have other priorities, but the team is also always open to hearing what we have to say. We don't always have to move forward with everything there, but love the idea that it's that open conversation and just being receptive to ideas and looking into them. If it leads somewhere, great. If we have to deprioritize, we put it off later, but love the idea that we're able to collaborate and work together that way. I see it's going to be a great future. Like I said, it's especially as we start to leverage the point of sale solution a bit more, we get a few more workshops. I see partnership is only going to grow, and we're going to work together. We're both innovative companies, so I love that we're going to push each other on the innovation side, continue to develop both the point of sale solution, but then our overall express care program, because that is such a big part of what we're able to offer. I think it's going to be a tremendous relationship, continuing to move forward, just knowing that it's been off to a great start. So I really look forward to it. It's a great question, actually. Well, I think big ways that they're helping to achieve our KPIs. One of them is really establishing this program within Valvoline. That's going to be critical for us going forward. And I can't overemphasize the part that the GaragePlug point of sale solution and just the partnership that we have is going to play there. So in terms of simplifying things for us, again, kind of being the one point of sale solution that we can use in different markets, because we're going to have other markets that are going to pop up. That takes a lot of effort and work off our plate to be able to just leverage one point of sale solution. So I think that's going to be critical for us as we move forward in achieving the KPIs that we've got for the program. The other thing is really it's going to be the data and understanding what the data means and understanding where those opportunities are, the analytics around it. I mean, and then you think about the different modules. So we've only even tapped into the modules right now that GaragePlug offers. We're starting to explore how we can start to offer the entire suite, the entire point of sale platform to some of our operators, because I think other modules outside of the basic package have tremendous value for them as well. So we've already seen where we can start to grow our offering, improve our offering to our operators by simply leveraging what GaragePlug already has in place. And then you think about really going down the future, right? And it's good to know that we've got a partner that is thinking the same way. So as you think about the future of mobility and electric vehicles and things like that, don't know what implications it might have in the point of sale system, but GaragePlug is already thinking about those things. They're also already thinking about the consumers, the vehicle owners. What does that experience need to look like when they come into a workshop, no matter where it is? How do we innovate in that space? How do we create that better? And we get to ride along with that. So again, I think the future is tremendous. Those are the key KPIs that we really look at on a day in, day out basis. For us, it's always about the customer. It's what their goals are for their workshop. And we know it's elevating the entire experience, elevating their operations, giving them insight, visibility, access to information they don't have right now. So obviously, no more to say about how GaragePlug really plays that part. It is. And it's not completely different than the answer I just provided, because obviously success of the program is my personal KPI, my personal commitment to the company. So looking at unit growth, right, being a personal KPI. So if this program is going to be successful, that is a goal that I've got to report into the company, that they're tasking me with is, can we grow this? do we know that we can sell this program to the workshops out there? So that really comes back to the unit growth. Again, I think the point of sale, the way GaragePlug fits in there is they help differentiate us a little bit from some of the other programs that are out there. Great. So we can sell this in, but then it's also maintaining the relationship we have with the operators. So becoming that partner that they realize there's tremendous value, not in just what we offer in terms of solutions, but how we become a partner to help them grow their business. So unit growth is a big personal goal and what I'm held accountable to. The other is what I'll say is like proof of concept. So personally, this is something I'm very passionate about, and working with independent owners like this to really elevate their workshop, because it can help to elevate their way of life, right? A lot of these workshops that we work with are looking for help, looking for somebody. I mean, that they work in their business day in, day out. They're there 6-7 days a week, working long days, and that's working in the business. It's not necessarily working on the business because they don't have much time to work on the business. So hopefully we give them an opportunity to be able to do that. We give them kind of the foundation and the tools that they can work with to start to think about, okay, if I need to improve my business, how do I start to go about doing that? Really, a lot of it does start with a point of sale solution. But I would say in terms of personal goals that I have as my commitments to the company really revolves around those two. It's establishing this program as something that we can sell and scale, and then the unit growth.